Ladies and gentlemen, today I want to share a story that proves that determination knows no boundaries and that dreams do not belong only to the privileged. Imagine a young woman working tirelessly as a housemaid, spending her days cleaning, cooking, and serving others while the world around her hardly noticed her potential. Every evening, after completing exhausting chores, instead of resting, she sat under a dim light with worn-out books, teaching herself, learning, growing. The smell of dust and the clatter of dishes might have been her daytime companions, but the quiet hum of her ambition became her guiding force. What makes her story extraordinary is not just her struggle, but her unwavering belief that education could transform her life. Many of us might give up after a long, tiring day, thinking learning is impossible under such circumstances. But she refused to surrender. Step by step, night by night, she mastered lessons, studied for exams, and embraced every opportunity to grow. And slowly, the impossible became possible. She rose through the ranks, overcoming skepticism, societal pressures, and financial challenges until she achieved what many would consider a dream too big to imagine. She became the principal of a school. Her journey teaches us that our circumstances do not define us, our choices do. Each night spent studying in silence, each moment she chose knowledge over comfort, brought her closer to her destiny. And today, she is not only a symbol of personal triumph, but an inspiration for countless students, especially young girls who might feel their dreams are out of reach. Her life reminds us that courage, persistence, and self-belief are the keys to breaking barriers that society or circumstance may place before us. When we think of strength, we often picture grand gestures or heroic battles, but sometimes the most remarkable courage is quietly displayed in the ordinary struggles of everyday life. Imagine a young woman who spends her days as a housemaid, waking before dawn and returning home long after the world has gone to rest. Her hands are calloused, her body tired, and yet her spirit refuses to be broken. Every chore she completes, every room she cleans, every meal she prepares is not just work. It is a testament to her resilience, a silent declaration that her life is not confined to the boundaries society has imposed. Many would look at her and see only a servant, someone destined to live a life of limitations, but she saw herself differently. She saw potential where others saw nothing, and that vision became her fuel. Living in an environment where opportunities were scarce, where education seemed like a distant dream, she faced ridicule and doubt. People told her she had no time, no means, no chance to rise beyond her station. Yet, she refused to accept their limitations as her own. Every obstacle became a challenge to conquer rather than a barrier to submission. She understood that the journey toward change was not a sprint, but a test of patience, perseverance, and faith in oneself. In the stillness of the night, after a day filled with physical labor, she would sit under the faint glow of a lamp, turning the pages of worn books, absorbing knowledge with an intensity that could outshine the fatigue in her bones. She became her own teacher, her own guide, her own hope. Her story teaches us that strength is not always loud or celebrated. Sometimes, it is the quiet refusal to give up, the determination to continue learning, growing, and believing in oneself even when the world doubts you. Every night she studied, she was building more than knowledge. She was building character, resilience, and a foundation that no circumstance could ever shake. Her courage in the face of exhaustion, in the shadow of societal expectations, shows us that greatness often begins in unseen corners, in lives that seem ordinary, yet carry extraordinary determination. It is a reminder that true strength is not inherited or given. It is chosen, nurtured, and fought for every single day, one small step at a time. Knowledge became her sanctuary, her weapon, and her secret rebellion against a world that underestimated her. Every evening, after hours spent cleaning, cooking, and serving, she refused to surrender to fatigue. While others rested, she opened her books under the dim glow of a flickering lamp, letting every word, every lesson, fuel her ambition. It was not an easy path. Her body ached, her eyes strained, and the silence of the night often felt like a reminder of how alone she was in her pursuit. Yet, she pressed on, because she understood something profoundly simple yet powerful. Education was not just learning facts. It was freedom. It was power. It was the ticket to a life she had dared only to dream of. She faced countless obstacles that could have ended her journey. There were nights when exhaustion tempted her to close the books and surrender to sleep. There were moments when the weight of her responsibilities made her feel that learning was impossible. And yet, each time doubt crept in, she reminded herself why she started. Every lesson she mastered, every skill she acquired, was a victory, a step toward proving to herself and the world that her circumstances did not define her capabilities. Her determination turned small, stolen hours into monumental progress, demonstrating that consistency and willpower can transform even the harshest reality into opportunity. The beauty of her story lies not just in her academic achievements, but in the courage it took to pursue them relentlessly. She became a self-taught scholar in a world that had offered her no formal support, no encouragement, only doubt. And through that struggle, she cultivated patience, resilience, and an unshakable belief in herself. Each night spent studying was more than an act of learning. It was an act of defiance, a statement that her dreams were valid and attainable. Her journey teaches us that education is not confined to classrooms, degrees, or privileged beginnings. It thrives wherever passion meets persistence, wherever someone refuses to let circumstance dictate their destiny. She reminds us that the pursuit of knowledge, no matter how difficult, is one of the most courageous acts a person can undertake. Every page she turned, every concept she grasped, every late night spent in study was a testament to the power of self-belief and the extraordinary lengths a brave woman will go to rewrite her own story. Breaking barriers is never easy, especially when society expects you to stay in the place it has assigned. She faced a world that doubted her every step, a world that whispered she should remain a housemaid, content with her station and invisible to the possibilities around her. Friends, neighbors, even strangers questioned her ambition, suggesting that her dreams were unrealistic, that education and leadership were for others, not for someone like her. But she refused to let their doubts become her reality. Every challenge, every skeptical glance, became fuel for her determination. She understood that true courage is measured not by comfort, but by the ability to pursue your path despite criticism, resistance, and the pressure to conform. She learned to navigate spaces that were never designed for people like her. She approached every opportunity with preparation, every task with excellence, and every challenge with a mindset that failure was not an option. When she entered classrooms as a student, she was often older than her peers, yet she embraced the discomfort, knowing that growth requires stepping outside of familiarity. When she faced those who questioned her capabilities, she responded with results rather than words, proving that competence and perseverance speak louder than doubt. Her ascent was not just about personal achievement, it was a quiet revolution, challenging societal norms that try to confine women to certain roles, teaching everyone around her that ambition and talent are not limited by origin or occupation. Every small victory against skepticism built her confidence. When she earned recognition, it was more than an academic or professional milestone. It was a signal to the world that determination and skill can break through entrenched barriers. Her journey shows that challenging societal expectations requires patience, courage, and unwavering faith in oneself. Each step she took forward was a reminder that progress is not linear, that resistance is part of the path, and that those who dare to defy limitations are the ones who create lasting change. Her story inspires us because it demonstrates that courage is not just about bold gestures. It is about consistently choosing to rise, to pursue excellence, and to lead in a world that may initially resist your presence. By breaking these social barriers, she became more than a student or a professional. She became a symbol of possibility, showing that when a brave woman refuses to be constrained, she can change not only her own life, but the lives of everyone around her. Her journey from a housemaid to a school principal is not just a story of personal achievement, it is a story of leadership, inspiration, and lasting impact. When she finally stepped into her role as principal, she did so carrying not only her own dreams, but the hopes of countless students who had never seen someone rise from humble beginnings to a position of influence. She understood that her success was not just about titles or recognition, it was about creating opportunities for others, about showing young girls, in particular, that their circumstances do not define their future. Every decision she made, every program she initiated, was infused with the understanding that education has the power to transform lives, just as it had transformed hers. She became a living example of courage, determination, and resilience. Students looked to her not just as an administrator, but as a mentor, a guide, and a source of inspiration. Many had faced their own challenges, poverty, societal pressure, or self-doubt, and she demonstrated through her actions that it is possible to rise above any obstacle with persistence and self-belief. Her presence in the school became a beacon of hope, a reminder that the seemingly impossible can become reality when one refuses to give up. Parents and colleagues alike marveled at how someone who had once worked in service roles could now lead with authority, empathy, and vision, showing that true leadership is earned through dedication and integrity rather than privilege or circumstance. Her story also emphasizes the ripple effect of courage. By achieving her dream, she created a pathway for others to follow. She encouraged students to dream bigger, teachers to support innovation, and the community to believe in the potential of every young girl. Each success she fostered within her school was a testament to the power of representation, proving that when a brave woman breaks through barriers, she opens doors not just for herself, but for everyone who looks to her as a role model. Her life reminds us that leadership is not about where you start, but about the courage, vision, and persistence you bring to your journey. By rising from obscurity to a position of influence, she exemplifies the transformative power of education, the strength of self-belief, and the enduring impact a determined, brave woman can have on an entire community. She teaches us that when we combine courage with purpose, we do not just succeed for ourselves, we inspire generations to believe that they, too, can turn dreams into reality. So, let this story ignite a spark in all of us. Let us remember that no matter how humble our beginnings, with determination and hard work, we can rewrite our destinies. To every young person listening today, the path may be hard, the nights may be long, but the reward of believing in yourself is beyond measure. Let her story be a beacon, showing that with resilience and heart, we can turn every challenge into an opportunity and every dream into reality. Thank you.